Photography's always been part of my life since a young age. Unfortunately, so has anxiety and depression. I don't know where it came from. Maybe it was hereditary. Maybe it was growing up in Gary, Indiana, the neighborhood I grew up in. Who knows? Just life. I've had an opportunity recently to kind of get help and start moving down the path I want to move down. I think for many years, me and my wife took care of her family members, sick and elderly, and you lose sight of your own goals and your own dreams and your own passions. You're so caught up in just making sure someone else makes it through the day, that you just forget about that. And it takes a toll on you to the point where you don't even know what you want anymore. I think several years ago when I started seeing a therapist, she asked me the simplest question and I didn't have an answer. And that question was, what do you want? Then I honestly did not know what I wanted. But that led me down the path to kind of thinking, taking a minute, figuring out what's important to me, what my passions are, what direction I want to go moving forward with my life. And it's been a rough road, but through all that, one of the things I did rediscover, is my love for photography. Photography's always been a part of my life, off and on again. I mean, yeah, I've had to put it down when kind of life gets in the way, but it's always been there. I love just looking at the world differently and finding beauty in the most mundane things. I like the challenge of the technical side and actually just trying to convey a story in one frame. Really make an effort to let the person that's seeing your work experience what you felt in that moment, what other people walk by every day. And I understand people are caught up in their lives, and a lot of people just don't have the luxury to stop and take a minute and see what's around them. So I'm not faulting anybody for that. I consider myself lucky that I did have the opportunity to kind of stop and pause for a bit and try to figure out what's important to me. And for me, it was photography. I love the challenges. I also love the way when I have my camera in my hand, it almost feels like a buffer between me and the people around me and what's going on around me, which really helps with my anxiety. I kind of feel like an observer and less of a participant. So that really helps a lot. And little by little, that forces you to kind of interact with people more, find new places, get out of your comfort zone, and really start exploring from what I feel is like my safe space. And I mean, that's one of the things photography has done to me and helped me with. And I'm not negating the medication and therapy or anything. Those have been big things. But those are just the things you do. That's just the beginning. And even with the therapy and the medication, you still got to wake up and push yourself. There's no getting around that in life. But I think what the medication's done is kind of given me a little bit of clarity, quieted all the thoughts in my head, and allowed me to focus on what I consider important. And we're all different. For me, it was photography, and to some extent, YouTube. But for others, it doesn't have to be photography. This is just one of the joys in my life that I've been fortunate enough to rediscover. And it helps me move forward and kind of wake up and remember there's beauty in the world and there's things to capture in the everyday life. And Fortunately, I'm in Puerto Rico surrounded by so much beauty. Yeah, I know I'm in a cemetery. This is my happy place. What are you gonna do? Who knows what that journey is for you? I can't tell you. I'm not telling you to go out and buy a camera and your life's gonna change. But yes, I'm just making this video to kind of explain where I'm coming from. And hopefully maybe somebody will see this and realize they're not alone. A lot of us go through this. Unfortunately, I think we live in a society, even though it is changing, I still feel mental health is that taboo subject. Even though we have made a lot of progress, it's something that's not openly talked about. And I think it's something we should be more open about. And I mean, after taking care of people for so many years, the one thing I've realized is, you know, I really neglected my physical and mental health to the point where, I mean, I would have panic attacks going to supermarkets or any little mundane task. And it's easy to kind of like justify the anxiety and depression when it's things you don't want to do. You know, everybody's just like, oh, first aid jitters, stage fright, all these things. But I think what really, really changed me and really, really woke me up to the fact that I needed help was when I was able to discover what path I wanted to follow in life, what things I felt passionate about, I couldn't do them. The anxiety and the depression was so great that things I used to get excited about terrified me. And that's kind of the moment I knew this has gone on way too long. It's gone way too far. And I need to seek help. I just wanted to tell my story and let you guys know you're not alone. And also, don't be afraid to reach out. I mean, I think that's one of the things that terrified me was like, I always viewed mental health as a weakness and was afraid to reach out and admit, even to my own self sometimes, that I needed help. But never be afraid to ask for help. Anything you're thinking right now, it's temporary, it's fleeting. It's not as big as you think it is. And if it is, there's always somebody there you can ask for help. I think when it comes to photography, I mean, it has helped me step out of my comfort zone and created a bigger comfort zone. And I've noticed over the past year and a half, my comfort zone has slowly grown. I'm doing things I never thought I'd do just a year and a half ago. I feel more comfortable in situations. I'm more conversational. Yeah. Life's about memories. Creating them, enjoying them, reliving them. It's what photography's taught me. And I want to make memories. I want to create moments. And I think I just needed a kick in the ass to remember that. So I'm going to keep taking pictures and keep exploring life, and day by day. I know it ain't going to be easy, but before I end up here, hopefully I'll take a bunch of memories with me. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Later.